The mysterious man perches atop a boulder, calm and composed, as he responds to the question with a sly grin. He repeats the word "me" as if amused by the attention he's getting, enjoying the suspense he's built up. Unleashing his mana, the man reveals a glowing purple spell circle in his palm. With a confident, almost theatrical tone, he declares himself as an instructor from the prestigious Dragon Song Pavilion, his introduction carrying weight and intent. The dramatic logo of Dragon Song Pavilion flashes, emphasizing the significance of his identity and hinting at his possible elite background. This name alone sends a wave of tension through the onlookers. The group of enemy soldiers murmurs in disbelief, confused by the name. Some question whether the Dragon Song Pavilion even still exists, doubting the truth behind the claim and whispering suspicions among themselves. The muscular commander silences his men and steps forward. With a skeptical glare, he acknowledges the man's strength but demands proof. His expression is cautious yet confrontational, trying to determine whether this opponent is truly as dangerous as he appears. The mysterious man smiles with calm confidence, his demeanor relaxed and amused. He leans on his hand and responds, "That's right," teasingly playing along with the tension and provoking further reaction from his enemies. Suddenly, one of the enemy warriors bursts forward in a rage, swinging a weapon with full force. The speed and intensity of the motion suggest he didn't appreciate the man's smug attitude and intends to silence him violently. The attacker's blade crashes down in a blazing red arc, filling the area with an explosive burst of energy. The visual chaos and raw strength behind the strike reveal the seriousness of the threat and the sheer destructive intent. The muscular warrior stands tall after the attack, glowing red energy wrapping around him. His eyes blaze with killing intent as he declares his purpose with brutal clarity, "You have to die. That's why I came." His hatred and mission are now fully revealed, setting the tone for a deadly showdown. The enemy's eyes widen in shock as he's suddenly struck in the chest by a powerful blast of violet energy. The force of the impact pierces through his defenses and sends him flying backwards in a blur. The protagonist unleashes a sweeping slash infused with magical energy, creating a glowing arc of purple light that cuts across the battlefield, aimed at overwhelming the attackers in a single stroke. The words "Mana Blade" burst onto the scene as the powerful technique lands. Chaos erupts among the enemy ranks, as several of them are struck down or forced to the ground, visibly panicked and unprepared for such a strike. The purple wave continues to ripple through the enemies, slicing across multiple foes in quick succession. Those who remain standing can barely comprehend what hit them, their expressions frozen in fear. One particularly terrified enemy stares in disbelief, sweat pouring down his face. He never anticipated this level of destruction, and the shock has rendered him motionless, clearly shaken by the display of power. A spell circle appears in the protagonist's hand as he mutters the word "charge." Energy crackles around his palm, forming a secondary attack with the same intimidating violet hue as before. The hero prepares to cast a new spell called Trice. He raises his glowing hand, eyes locked on the surviving enemies, and calmly declares that he'll take care of the rest and ensure the region's safety himself. The protagonist stands confidently, gripping a glowing purple blade infused with magical energy. His calm expression and firm stance show that he's completely in control of the situation and ready to face his opponent head-on. In a flash, the red-eyed enemy lunges forward with his own crimson energy sword, clashing directly with the purple blade. The collision creates a massive shockwave of force and light, splitting the air between them. Smirking slightly, the protagonist mocks his opponent's speed and calls it slow. His relaxed demeanor sharply contrasts with the enemy's aggressive approach, making it clear that he doesn't feel threatened. The enemy, visibly enraged and surprised, growls in frustration, demanding to know who the protagonist really is. His glowing eyes show disbelief that someone so young and calm could block his full-strength attack. With a fierce explosion of energy, the two blades meet again in a thunderous burst. Cracks of red and purple lightning scatter across the battlefield, signaling that the fight is escalating to a whole new level of intensity. In the final panel, the clash reaches its peak as both fighters unleash a barrage of strikes. Explosions of light and energy ripple outward from each hit, painting the night sky with overlapping red and purple arcs, each representing their respective powers. Both fighters clash with overwhelming force, their swords emitting explosive purple and red bursts as they swing and counter each other. The sheer speed of their movements creates a chaotic storm of energy around them, lighting up the dark battlefield. The duel continues with a rapid exchange of slashes and parries, creating a dazzling spiral of energy trails in the air. Their blades collide repeatedly, leaving shockwaves of purple and crimson light crackling through the sky as they move at lightning speed. The young warrior tightens his grip and steadies his stance, his eyes burning with focus. He declares this is the perfect opportunity to test how far his power can go, indicating he's pushing his limits against this formidable opponent. The enemy is caught completely off guard by the surge of energy and the skill behind the young warrior's attacks. His shocked expression shows disbelief as he is overpowered, screaming in denial as a powerful strike blasts into him. As the young warrior drives his blade down with explosive force, he overwhelms the enemy's defense and strikes true. The narrator or internal monologue emphasizes how no one had ever pushed the enemy this far before until now, confirming that this battle has already rewritten expectations. The enemy clenches his teeth in pain, his face twisted in agony as a surge of pressure crushes him. He's struggling to contain the force overwhelming his body, and it's clear that something inside him is breaking down. A ferocious explosion of red energy erupts outward, engulfing the enemy completely as he screams in torment. The raw power coils around him like a furious storm, tearing through the battlefield with reckless intensity. The young warrior propels himself forward with a blazing strike, his mana blade glowing fiercely. His rapid advance cuts through the air like a shooting star, aimed directly at the heart of the chaos. The attack lands with thunderous force, and the red energy flares violently once more. The enemy howls in agony as he's slammed back, his body shaken by the devastating might of the heaven-crushing Emperor Heartburst Liberation technique. The enemy's eyes glow fiercely, and he roars in desperation, activating his most terrifying power. With fury boiling over, he declares his resolve to destroy everything and everyone, his body brimming with violent crimson energy. He glares up toward the warrior, now standing atop a ridge, and rages about the meaninglessness of it all. He dismisses ideals and mercy, calling them illusions as he fully embraces destruction in the name of revenge and rage. As the red aura erupts again, sharp crystals of death pierce the ground around him. His body pulsates with energy, and he mocks the righteous cause, calling it childish. With contempt and defiance, he challenges fate, ready to drag everything down with him. The enemy's eyes widen in utter disbelief as he senses something going wrong. His glowing red pupils tremble, and a question forms on his lips. Something unexpected has happened, and panic sets in. He shouts, "What?" in shock, realizing too late that the tides have shifted. His expression twists from arrogance to confusion as his surroundings begin to betray him. The hero calmly stands amidst a field of jagged blue ice crystals, his presence radiating control. Without even facing his opponent directly, he dismisses the enemy's tantrum with cold detachment, saying no one cares about his grievances. The words sting as much as the chilling aura around him, freezing wave. The enemy jerks back as a sudden energy force erupts. Purple runes spiral down toward him, forming the ethereal technique astral chain. A mystical force wraps around his limbs like a curse of judgment, locking him in place. A glowing chain formed of pure mana bursts forth and circles his torso, tightening with incredible force. The purple light overwhelms his vision, and panic turns to desperation as he struggles against the binding energy. His muscles tense and veins bulge as he grabs at the glowing chain wrapped around his body. He tries to rip it off, But the more he pulls, the more it constricts. His power is being sealed and fast, while the chilling energy continues to freeze his will. A burst of energy cracks through the air as the chained enemy is violently flung backward, smashing against the ice spikes. The hero raises his hand, summoning a glowing purple orb to finish the sealing process. The scene radiates cold justice and raw dominance. The restrained warrior groans in agony, his body trembling under the crushing magical force. His red eyes flare with pain as the energy intensifies around him, the chains digging deeper with each passing second. The enemy's body begins to twitch unnaturally as the chains tighten further. Small sparks of resistance crackle around him, but his arms remain bound helpless against the growing storm forming before him. The hero watches with unwavering focus, standing tall with his mana blade glowing. He calmly notes that the enemy's body is already too damaged for any meaningful retaliation. His words echo across the battlefield, cool and calculated. A scream of frustration tears through the silence, "No," as the enemy violently thrashes in desperation. But the effort is futile. His body is betraying him, and his spirit is beginning to break. Despite the chaos, the hero offers a cold insight. It's not that hard to make. He refers to the technique that subdued his opponent, an advanced spell that appears simple in form but devastating in execution. His tone is detached, like a teacher explaining a basic trick. Finally, the enemy clenches his jaw in rage, hissing through his teeth. His pride wounded far more than his body, he swears through gritted teeth, "Damn it." But it's clear his power, his plans, and his dominance have been completely dismantled. The hero confronts the enemy with confidence, challenging his obsession with destruction. He accuses him of being too blinded by power to understand the consequences of his own actions. The enemy, wide-eyed with fury, demands to know why the hero would even bother resisting someone like him. His disbelief grows, unable to comprehend how someone could willingly fight against such overwhelming force. We are given a flashback of the enemy's past as he recalls the betrayal of those he once trusted, fellow warriors who chose to sacrifice others to survive. His bitterness is palpable, etched into his expression and tone. Another flashback shows a powerful elder stating that the weak must be used for the benefit of the strong. The enemy's ideology formed here, forged by cruel experiences and heartless teachings. The hero listens in silence as the enemy explains how these beliefs shaped his brutal path. The villain confesses that he used to think sacrificing others was necessary for strength, but now he sees that same cycle repeating, and it infuriates him. The hero suddenly chuckles, then bursts into laughter. He praises the enemy's passion and resolve but mocks how it was misdirected into blind violence. His sarcastic admiration highlights just how different their philosophies are. In the final moment, the enemy's smirk returns as he claims he has no regrets. He glares at the hero with burning eyes and warns that even now, he's not done. His voice carries a haunting promise that he still has cards left to play. The darkened figure stands silently, his ominous presence heavy in the air. A single word, "coward," echoes, laced with disappointment, as if aimed directly at the enemy's very soul. The insult pierces through the tension like a blade. Emerging from the shadows with a blackened face and glowing purple eyes, the hero coldly asks, "Do I really look like that to you?" His tone is calm yet chilling, filled with menace. His transformed appearance speaks volumes. He's crossed a threshold, becoming something terrifying. The villain recoils in alarm, clearly shaken. Beads of sweat roll down his face as he stammers in disbelief. Whatever he expected, it wasn't this. The aura around the hero is unlike anything he's faced, an oppressive, dangerous calm. Purple energy crackles in the hero's hand as he offers the villain a chance to feel what he has felt. "Fine. I'll let you experience it too." There's no hesitation in his voice, only the promise of shared suffering, the kind born from centuries of torment. With an intense glare and dark aura surrounding him, the hero declares that this is the culmination of everything he's endured for 200 years. His eyes glow with righteous fury as he prepares to unleash the full force of his pain and vengeance.